Look at the size of it. It's a good one too. See the brim?
Oh yeah. He's still there. He just went to the back of it. Oh yeah, he's under it. He's right under it. Give it a little twitch, birdie. See what he does. Oh yeah! Oh, he wants it. G'day, it's JB back with Pure Fishing TV, and today I'm on Sydney Harbour with Mitch Birt, one of the Pure Fishing tournament anglers. With the release of the new 3B crankbaits, there's been a lot of interest in our surface bait, the Scum Dog. Now, to get the best out of the Scum Dog, you need to know the technique, the rod tip action and the winding action to get the best out of that. Mitch is an expert at it, and he's going to show us what to do. So if you can fire a cast out, Mitch, and we'll talk through what you need to do to get the Scum Dog to work properly.
Have a quick go at walking the dog. Once you're out, just leave that little bit of slack in your line so you get a little bit of belly there, and just steady wind and steady little rod twitches like that, and the lure should get a real nice walk about it. Maybe walk it for 8 or 10 feet, just give it a little pause, let the water settle, see if anything rises on it, and then just keep it going again, just continuously doing this little twitch. And then pause, let the lure sit back down, stop it, walk again.
So there's a variety of things to remember with this type of bait. What we're trying to do is impart a little sideways walking action. That's what makes this bait so successful. The other thing that's critically important is that when you tie the leader to the front, that you put it onto a split ring or a loop knot. If you tie hard to that ring eye, you'll reduce the ability of the lure to walk, so that's very important.
It'll really bite down on a side or won't lay straight in the water.
So remember that. The other thing is that when we're out in the boat, you want to keep the rod tip down close to the water. Because this is a surface bait, if you hold your rod tip up, you get the elevation on the nose. You won't get that friction on the water surface that's required to make it walk. But very importantly, you need to practice that fast rod tip movement with your wrist when you're retrieving, and Mitch is very good at that. We'll detail that close up shortly, so let's have a look at that and how Mitch gets that rod tip action to make the walk the dog action.
Depending on how the fish are feeding, you'll sort of figure that out through the day. You can do it really like a fast wind and a fast jerk to really get the bait going, or you can do a real slow, subtle, and just get it twitching side to side for like calm days like this when the fish aren't going to be up on the surface and chomping and chomping and chomping. Just really slow little walk and then a pause. And this is, it varies for different species. For a brim, this is how I do it. For a whiting, I'd really keep that fast retrieve going and don't pause, no pause for a whiting. They tend to come up behind it and just suck and suck at that back treble until they get the bait, and you'll usually find they've got the whole back end of the bait down their mouth.
So what you're saying there is that depending on the species that you're targeting, you really do need some specific retrieves. The brim like that sort of stop-start action.
Yeah, I tend to find the brim like the pause.
Yeah, and the whiting like to keep it going all the time.
Keep it burning.
So there's a couple of tips as well. So depending on what you're fishing for on the flats, brim or whiting or other surface species, learn what the fish like out of the action of the bait.
And like anything you're fishing, it will change day to day. Sometimes you get a whiting on a pause, sometimes you get a brim on a burn, but as a general thing that I've sort of gathered from doing this for a couple of years now is the brim will take the lure on the pause a lot better. And if you just figure out the conditions and figure out how fast you want to move it or how slow you want to move it, depending on the day, you'll probably find you'll catch a couple of fish.
We've had a lot of little brim on the sand flats here. We've had a lot of interest in that. I think we should go and try and convert that into a big brim.
We'll go have a crack.
Okay.